During my life, my family and I have been tied to two towns in the river parishes between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, Gramercy and Lutcher in St. James Parish. My family has been in river parishes since the 1860s. My ancestors, when they became freedmen and women, founded several black churches across St. James Parish, one of them being the Greater Golden Grove Baptist Church of Gramercy, Louisiana. My mother would say my mama and grandmama's names all over this church whenever she would get flustered up about the ongoings of our church. A 120 plus year old church that has withstood several hurricanes, including the 1915 New Orleans hurricane, which destroyed it, only for the church to rebuild again a year later, Hurricane Betsy in 1965, Hurricane Gustav in 2008, Hurricane Isaac in 2012, and Hurricane Ida in 2021. The church rolls on, as my late pastor would say. I had several favorite haunts as a kid. The snowball stand at the corner of Main Street and Muncie Avenue in Gramercy, Lutcher Park, not that far away from my grandmother's house, Tompkins Pharmacy in Lutcher is where my mother would pick up our prescriptions and I would attempt to get loads of candy, and the local black-owned barbershop off Main Street in Lutcher where I got some of my first haircuts. The establishment is now a laundromat. The very first school I attended was Gramercy Elementary School, where I did a project in the first grade consisting of 100 CBSI logos that my mama helped me put together from scratch. It must have led me wanting to create television decades later. Another one of my favorite pastimes was visiting my grandmother's house and my Aunt Belinda's house, which was next door. My love affair and taste for Louisiana cuisines were developed in both houses. One Halloween as a kid, I dressed up as a football player for Lutcher High School, a school I originally wanted to go to. With me telling you about the towns, it's important to know their histories. Gramercy was originally a Native American and French settlement and trading post. In 1739, much of the area, which is now known as Gramercy, was sold to Joseph de L'Isle Dupart, Commissioner of Native Nations under Jean-Baptiste Le Moyne de Bienville. A historic sugar mill was established in 1895, which became the Colonial Sugar Refinery in 1902. The town was incorporated in 1947. One of the South's favorite snack foods, Zapp's Potato Chips, calls the town home, with its factory on Airline Highway as it turns north towards Baton Rouge. Lutcher was established as a sawmill town, named after Henry J. Lutcher, who was a sawmill operator and businessman. Lutcher is also where James Mather and his family established a sugar plantation and where Mather died in 1821. Starting in the late 1800s, Christmas bonfires are built along the Mississippi River near Lutcher. This tradition has often occurred on Christmas Eve, and it says that the bonfires are made to light a path for Papa Noel or Santa Claus. The festival of the bonfires is celebrated here every mid-December. Bonfires are built by family, friends, and even co-workers who visit, cook, and mingle between the fires. It's a local celebration with the environment akin to football tailgating, and the practice has continued for generations. Earlier, the mention of Lutcher High came about. Even though I did not go to that high school, the school holds a place in my heart because many of my family members and their friends helped integrate the school into the school. Not only is it a part of family history, but it is also St. James Parish history. It is Louisiana history. I have many fond memories of Gramercy and Lutcher with family members, teachers, and longtime acquaintances for the ride along the way. Whether it's crawfish boils, family reunions, bonfires, or cheering on the Lutcher High Bulldogs, whoever is reading this, may your hometown bring you as much joy.